I saw an interview with Rick Beato and Rick Rubin the other day, and Rick Beato said something that really rang true to me. He said something that I believe and something I've been doing and teaching for so many years. Rick talked a bit about his history as a college professor and how he taught jazz improv. He said he found it incredibly difficult to teach because it is like learning a language. How do you learn a language? What he says is you learn it through learning solos from the greats, transcriptions of the greats, how to actually do it from the greats, and that's what we're going to do in today's video. I've been teaching this for years, and I think it's a really good way to get inside the mind of the greats like Robben Ford, Joe Bonamassa, Eric Johnson, all those guys, Jimi Hendrix. You know, when we learn this kind of stuff, it's really important to digest it and understand what they're doing. It really is learning another language, and that's why I teach licks, concepts, and break down the great players on this channel. Today we're going to check out a few licks from Robben Ford's track Cannonball Shuffle. Now this song is actually really awesome. The head is really cool. I encourage you to go and check it out. It was released in 2003. There's some really awesome stuff. Now Robben really mixes the major and the minor pentatonic scale perfectly. This is over a major blues in the key of A. Let's jump straight into it. The tab to these licks is available on my Patreon page, as well as everything you've heard in this video, plus the backing track that I played too. Link is in the description if you want to check it out. So this first lick is over just an A7, the first 4 bars of the blues form. A lot of double stops, a lot of really cool ideas, mixing that major and minor pentatonic. It's killer. Let's jump into it. So the first double stop that we're doing is hitting the flat 7 of A and the 5th of A. That's really just minor pentatonic. Then we're going down to the 7th fret G and B, which is the perfect 4th and the major 6th. Gives you that major blues sound. And then we're doing the minor 3rd and the 5th, but hammering on to the major 3rd. So right there, we're mixing minor and major. That's the sound of the blues, right? Then we're hitting the root note after that. Then this is what I find really cool. Open G and open B string. Right, that's the 2nd and the flat 7 together, and then hitting the root note and major 3rd, right? Then the next time he does it, this is also a stylistic sort of thing of the blues, repeating motifs. So we are looking at notes, but we're also looking at an overall concept, which I really find the most interesting. He repeats the start of that phrase, but then builds on it. Mixing the major and the minor pentatonic. So we've gone from root note, major 3rd, and then we're going up to the minor 3rd and the 5th. That's a really cool sound. You know, just moving those major 3rd intervals around. It's important to explore it on different string sets as well, if you want to get the most out of it. So far I've got this. I love that slide into that double stop. Now the next thing he does connects, this is the end of the lick, or the end of the phrase I think of it as. The next thing that he does is connect the A7 to the D7 with a real simple line. All A minor pentatonic. It sounds really cool. Really nice, landing on A, which is a chord tone of D7. It's the 5th, but still all A minor pentatonic. Now this is actually a really simple lick. It's over the 4 chord. He's focusing on A minor pentatonic to begin with, and then he adds in the major pentatonic, again mixing major and minor pentatonic. This is what it is, nice and slow. That's really cool. He sort of rings home to that first lick that we sort of checked out with the double stops. Right, so continuing that theme, really nice idea. So we're starting on A, which is our root note, but it's over the 5 chord, so I'm going to think of it as the perfect 5th. right? That's how my mind works. So starting on that perfect fifth, which is A, root note of D, pulling off, going down the A minor pentatonic scale. So we're hitting the root note of D though, flat 7 of D, fifth of D, the sus4 of D, the second of D, the root note of D. All those notes work really well. The flat 7 of D, the fifth of D, and then he hits the major third of D, which is actually part of the A major pentatonic scale. This is, again, I don't know how many times I've said it, but it's mixing that major and minor pentatonic. Everyone goes on about, what is it? Well, that's what it is. So check it out. And then as the A chord happens in the next bar, he hits A. Not a coincidence, he means that. And then, really nice idea, hitting the major third of A, the fifth of A, and then going up a minor third, which equals the fifth of A and the flat 7 of A. I hope you're sticking with me. And then returns. So that full phrase, really cool, right? Now I'm going to show you the third lick, but there's heaps of cool stuff in between all of this. Tabs available on my Patreon page, as well as a separate video of me playing along. It's really, really fun to play along and check this stuff in depth, as well as a fourth lick that I haven't gone through in this video. So this last lick is over the last 3 bars of the blues. It's over the 4 chord, it's over the 1 chord, and it's over the 5 chord. He goes through it seamlessly. It's really, really cool. Let's check it out. So I'm going to yell out the intervals in relation to A rather than each of the individual chords. There's a bit of a pattern and a concept that he's doing, and it's really easy to understand when we just relate it to A. So we're starting in the BB box. Right, there's our home bass, that's A. Then we're hitting the major second, bending up a semitone to the minor third, and then releasing it. And then we're hitting the root note. So going to do the same move on the G string 11th fret. That's the major 6th in the exact same interval structure. So the 6th to the flat 7 and then back. And then the 5th. So far we've got this. And that concept goes down the octave to the G string 9th fret. Same thing on the next string. Right, same interval structure. It's really, really awesome. Then the same thing, an octave down. Really, really cool. Same thing, an octave down. Right, so I think that's 3 octaves. That's so cool, you know, all through those 3 chords, ringing true to, you know, it's really mixing the major and minor pentatonic. So those 3 licks happen in one form of the blues. It's just total mastery. It's really, really cool. Really, really fun to get under your fingers. If you want to dig a little bit deeper, tabs available on my Patreon page as well as a backing track. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one.